Hi everyone, welcome back for another YouTube video. This is going to be a bit of a different video to sort of our daily updates and some of the other content that we put out. This is really going to be a video aimed at getting you guys up to speed with stablecoins, what stablecoins in my opinion you should hold, and also the difference between certain stablecoins. This video is really going to be able to give you guys all the knowledge you're going to need in deciding what stable coins you should hold, because there are, and we'll break it down really into two main types. I'm sure there are other forms of stable coins, but in terms of there are really only two main kinds of stable coins currently, and that is fiat backed and crypto backed stable coins. And I want to just take a look at we'll take a look at 6 different stable coins. We'll also go through them via or by market cap, and then I'll also say what stable coins I am a big fan of, and the only 2 stable coins that I actually hold currently. That's a lie, actually. I hold 3, but the third one is only really for trading purposes. But I only hold 3 stable coins and stay away from the others, and typically I'll try and go with fiat back, so $1 to $1 stable coins, rather than $1 peg maintained via a basket of cryptocurrencies. Luna was a crypto-backed stablecoin, and we know what unfolded there. And this is the risk with crypto-backed stablecoins: is you're backing your stable asset via something that isn't very stable at all. So we'll go through it. A stablecoin, for anybody that isn't familiar, is just a coin that represents a fiat currency. They maintain this peg via either backing it directly, so in Tether, USDC, BUSD, and Gemini, the G dollars case, they actually have dollar fiat reserves that back their stable coins. And another way that they've come up with backing their stable coin, or backing a stable coin and keeping that peg, is with using cryptocurrency that algorithmically adjusts to make sure that for example, DAI was the first one. You typically, when I first used DAI years and years ago, you deposit Ethereum and you would be able to mint a set amount of DAI. This is, really genius for an ecosystem, and there are uses for this. The problem is, in a bear market like this, when everything is going down, we all know what happened with UST, which is the Luna stablecoin. And then we'll also take a look at Tron. So let's not waste any more time, guys. Let's start by taking a look at Tether. And again, stick around to the end of the video, guys. You will only really have to watch this one video, and you should all be up to date on stablecoins. It's not that big a subject. However, you can dive into these in a lot more detail, but we're going to give it generally. And let's just kick things off with Tether, which is indeed the largest stablecoin out there to date. So Tether tokens are assets that move across the blockchain just as easily as other digital currencies, but that are pegged to real-world currencies on a one-to-one basis. So 1 Tether for $1. Tether tokens are referred to as stablecoins because they offer price stability, as they are pegged to fiat currency. So this is the first example, and we have 4 of a fiat-backed stablecoin. This offers traders, merchants, and funds a low volatility solution when exiting positions in the market. All Tether tokens are pegged at a 1-to-1 with a matching fiat currency, e.g., 1 USDT, 1 USD, and are 100% backed by the Tether reserves. And then they are very transparent, Tether. We've seen a lot of FUD, every capitulation event. The real reasoning for making this video was obviously in light of the FTX situation, and obviously Luna. I think people who are looking for that hedge in stablecoins, we are all stablecoins have really done me wonders, because I live in the UK. We've not wanted to actually hold Great British pounds in terms of our pot. So we've obviously moved to stablecoins. So stablecoins are really important, but the real reason for this is to help you guys kind of figure out which ones I most trust. Doesn't mean they're the most trustworthy. And remember, with all these stablecoins, there's never a 100% guarantee. Something could go wrong. Stablecoins kind of act like banks, and we've seen bank runs before where they've essentially leveraged up the reserves or don't have the reserves that meet the requirements. But Tether's always been very transparent. I'm a fan of Tether. I hold Tether for trading purposes alone. So this is the first example, the largest stablecoin, which is indeed a fiat-backed stablecoin. The next one is Circle USDC. This is the second largest stablecoin. Isn't it funny how stablecoins are top of the market cap? Shows very much so that we are in a bear market. Let's get a bit of a brief introduction. So known as a fully reserved stablecoin, every digital dollar of USDC on the internet is backed 100% backed by cash and short-dated US treasuries, so that it remained or redeems its one-to-one peg to the dollar. So Tether also, I believe, do have treasuries on the balance sheet. This is very similar to banks, so it's not a dissimilar thing to what banks are doing. The one reason I like USDC, so USDC is actually one of the stable coins I hold. You can actually earn a APY on it. It's fiat backed, and they're actually their main custodian is BlackRock, which is the largest institute or hedge fund, I should say, in the world. They're also a part of Circle. This is a stable coin that I have a lot more trust in. I never kid myself on and think they're invincible. You never know what's coming down the road. If we can see bank hacks or whatever it may be on a bank level, it's not to say that we can't see some sort of unforeseen things. But typically, the theme of this video is that fiat-backed stable coins are a lot more stable because they are literally one-to-one than something that is crypto-backed. And we saw what happened with the Luna fiasco. The real issue with the Luna fiasco was how you minted Luna was in a similar way to how you mint MakerDAI. Or MakerDAO, I should say, or some of these algorithmically backed stable coins, is basically you'd have deposited your Luna and you could have essentially chosen to get the UST value at the time with a bit of a reserve for locking your Luna up, and then you could go and spend that in the ecosystem. So when everything's going up, what people were doing was they were doing that, buying more Luna and just rinse and repeating the process and constantly compounding their sort of yield. The problem with Luna was obviously when the price was going down, the peg started to get shaky, and then they added Bitcoin. And Bitcoin really tanked, and the peg lost its value. And you can't have an unstable stable coin because this has contagion, and that's really why we saw that entire situation escalate. So USDC is one that I like. That was just a bit on why I think fiat backed is the way forward, and certainly if they've got big names attached to them. So we hold Tether for trading, we hold USDC for holding, and then my favorite of them all is the BUSD, which is the Binance US dollar. Binance recently have just really shown so much strength and alpha. I think they've really pushed the boat out and shown their strength and shown that they aren't taking some of the silly gambles that others are. And BUSD I see in the same light as USDC and Tether. It is a fiat-backed stablecoin. They're also heavily regulated. The New York State Department of Financial Services regulates them, and it offers the highest level of consumer protection. You can always redeem your BUSD. According to Binance, remember, we don't know what's coming down the line, but as of now, and they've sort of shown their strength, you can always redeem your BUSD for $1. And you can see the way that there are a number of ways to get it. You can convert other stable coins, or you can actually deposit fiat and buy BUSD for a one-to-one exchange. So these are 3 examples of fiat-backed stablecoins. We also have the Gemini dollar, which offers rewards and perks on Gemini, and it's a one-to-one backed stablecoin issued by Gemini. Gemini customers can redeem GUSD for $1 US at Gemini. So these guys also offer the same deal. In my opinion, in this kind of a market, you want to be in something that is backed by the asset that it's trying to represent, not make it up. And I think that the next one that we can talk about is MakerDAI or MakerDAO, which has the DAI, which is, I think it was the world's first unbased currency. DAI is a stablecoin decentralized currency that does not discriminate. Any individual or any business can, so on and so forth. So it's decentralized. So how you essentially mint DAI is you put in your crypto, just like what Luna did, but these guys are a lot less over leveraged, and essentially you will be able to get the DAI token, which maintains a peg to the US dollar algorithmically. So it represents a US dollar, but how it comes to being and how it gets its peg is via crypto, which goes up and down. It's the same with Tron, and for me, I think the time will come where we get back into algorithmically backed stablecoins, and that's in a bull market where we don't have these kind of pressures. But in my opinion, you want to stick with fiat-backed stablecoins, and you want to stick with the bigger names. So BUSD and USDC are my favorite. Is that a 100% guarantee that they're always going to maintain their peg and nothing's ever going to happen with them? Absolutely not. But this is where I have sizable sums, within these two protocols. And the thing is, as well, is you can actually, with BUSD, USDC, with Binance and with Gemini, with all of them, really, you can actually store them yourself. So you don't need them on exchanges. You can, in USDC, Tether, and Binance's case, do that all from MetaMask and Gemini Dollar, and also make a DAO. So you can actually store these off of exchanges in your own wallets, meaning that you get rid of that sort of counterparty risk via exchanges. So just to wrap things up, guys, the main ones for me are USDC and BUSD. That's where I have or would put my funds. This is not financial advice, just my own opinion. Hopefully you guys can make your own mind up and understand the reasons why I wouldn't put them in algorithmically backed stable coins right now. And then, of course, Tether. I think Tether is extremely useful for trading, certainly the perpetual futures market. All I've got for you in this video, guys, let me know which stablecoin you choose and champion in the comment section. If you've enjoyed the content, a like is always appreciated. So as a comment, and I'll catch everybody in the next YouTube video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys.